Hello everyone, this is a very special video for me. Today I'm going to be talking about my latest project, and this is a project based on Angular which I recently learned. So this project, let me show it you, it's right now live and you can check it out right now. This is a project that I think of as a miniature and extremely simplified social media site, but it removes all the distractions of a traditional social media site, which also makes it less complex for me to build out. So it doesn't have any concept of number of likes or the number of views or how many people shared or watched this piece of content or a post that you created, and it's aimed directly at students. And I think this is very important, even more when it's targeted at students, because the concept of having metrics relating to the number of likes and number of views every post is received, make sure that the person who's posting the post is very attached to the platform, and that's what causes the addiction. And that person wants to seek attention, and the post no longer becomes relevant or useful for other people, and it just wants to receive attention from other people. So I learned Angular, and I don't really know how the idea started, but I thought I'll put my skills to use and I built this. Now this took a long time and I want to show this to you. So I am hosting this project on Firebase right now. So using Firebase hosting. And as I said, it's an Angular app and it uses a lot of Firebase services as the backend. So this really simplifies the work, and mostly I've focused on the front end UI and logic. So this is the page over here, a simple home page, and all the routes are protected. So you need to be authenticated. I cannot visit any route without being logged in. So I'm going to go and log in with my account. And it takes me to the main homepage once I'm logged in. So right now it's just three people. It's me, my sister, and my friend who have signed up and tried it out. So you can see that there are three interest groups created. I like to call it an interest group. So whenever you have some sort of social media platform, you have to have a way to organize content. So if you have Reddit or if you have Discord, you have channels or you have subreddits to organize and post content depending on the particular topic. So on this platform, I allow people to create an interest group, one interest group per person. And the reason I limit it to one per person is so that you actually focus and write useful content for someone and you're really passionate about what you're writing. So I've created an article about technology, and my sister and my friend have created articles about groups and articles about nature. So you see in the main interest group page, you see the list of interest groups. By clicking on the interest groups, it takes you to another page where you see the list of articles in chronological order, ordered and grouped based on the year. And you can click on one of the articles to actually view the inner content. So once you click on them, it loads the article. Since it requires multiple database reads, I actually use a Firebase cloud function for this. So it makes a request to the cloud function and it gets back the article data. So I actually created my own extremely simple content management system. I didn't use anything like WordPress, and this actually doesn't use server-side rendering, if you know what that means. So basically, this entire website, I didn't really bother about it because all the content can be viewed only if you're logged in. So technically, if you right click on this and if you try to view the page source, it's going to look pretty much blank. So generally a website, once you right click and try to view the page source, you have a whole bunch of HTML and you can actually see the content. But since I used Angular, right out of the box, it just loads this basic boilerplate HTML code, and you can see there are JavaScript bundles. You can see the source script tags for them. So it loads in the JavaScript. The JavaScript has to be processed, and the JavaScript modifies the DOM, the HTML, the DOM, with the actual content that you see. But the initial HTML that you get doesn't have the content. So the problem with this is usually people add server-side rendering on top of Angular. Now the problem with what I'm doing is it's not accessible and by bots. So you have Google's bot, so that Google's web crawler, so that it's accessible on the Google search engine, and you have Twitter bots and Facebook bots. So every time you type in a link in Twitter or Facebook, you get a preview of the link with the image and the title of the link. So all that's not possible with this website because I'm not using server-side rendering. but I didn't care anyways because everything's behind authentication. You have to be logged in, so I didn't care that much. So as you see, this is the article I created. I can embed the iframes, I can embed videos since HTML is activated, and I can add paragraphs, just plain old text. I could add links so they're automatically styled. All I had to do is add the URL and the name of the link. I can again add CSS, my own CSS, and style it. So I've added some code or some commands over here. I can add images which are automatically responsive and styled, and a small caption for the image. And then the rest is all known. So this is the basic basis of the website, and additionally to this, I also have a news tab where I use the Guardian's Open Platform API, and I get the latest, most relevant news. So you have complete granular control. You can search the news based on the topic, based on certain keywords. You have multiple pages of the news. There's so much to search for, so you can modify the page number. You can order by the date or relevance. You can change between editions or production offices. So the Guardian's present in United Kingdom, the United States, and Australia. So you can change this, and you can also include date filters. So by clicking on one of the news articles, it takes you to the actual article page where you can view the article. So I'm going to go back. So as I said before, you can create your own interest group, and I'll be showing you that. So apart from this, this is the public profile page inside your dashboard. So over here, you can, edit your profile picture. You can upload a new one. You can delete your profile picture if you want to. You can edit your name. You can edit the description about yourself that you've given. And the public profile is obviously public. So you can see the author's name is over here for every article. When you click on the name, it actually takes you to the public profile. So that's what the public profile is for. And then you have the My Articles page. So this is where you can actually write articles for an interest group of your choice. Now the thing is, when I created this website, the concept was anyone can create an interest group and you can write articles for your own interest group. But everyone else can also write articles for everyone else's interest group, but the owner of the interest group is the only one who has the permission to publish it. So I hope that makes sense. So you obviously have to contact that person and make sure that they'll allow you to write the article. If that person says, okay, yeah, it's all good. And if you also say you're okay, you want to publish the article, that person can do it for you. So I'll obviously show you a demo right now. So these are the list of published articles I have, and I can click on one of them and it takes me to the actual page. Now I can create a new article by clicking on new article, and then I select the interest group. So right now there are only 3 interest groups. I have to select one of them. So maybe I'll select my sister's one. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to specify a title. So I'm just going to say hello for now, just a blank, dummy title, and hit continue. So the title has to be unique. The title cannot exist already. And once it's done, it takes you to this page. So this is my own simple editor that I created. I want to make sure it's extremely intuitive and simple. I didn't want to take up too much time building this. And I want to try it out myself. I didn't want to use any built-in editor. So this is what I did. And this is, you have this toggle over here. So you can select different kinds of format options. So the first one is by default a heading. Then you can say add text to add another piece of text. And this is a paragraph by default. So you can say something, and then you can add another one, maybe a subheading. So this is going to look a little different. Then maybe you can add a quote. So all of these are styled differently. That's the only difference. And lastly, I'm going to add an image. So this is just going to be a link to Google. So once I'm done, all I have to do is hit a simple save button. And one more thing is, at any point of time, you can also delete sections by clicking the red icon. So either click save button, or you can click save and preview, and that saves the article and opens the preview of it. So you can see, as I selected the option, the corresponding style has been chosen and it has been formatted. So this is what I'm using, and this is a extremely simple and I think effective way to do it. And that's how you create the articles. So but at any point of time, you can see it under saved drafts, and you can click on them to edit it again. So I'm just gonna go and okay, yeah, before I delete that, the interest group page. So you actually won't be able to see the article over here. So these are the published articles. Since I own the interest group, I can see this, and I don't have any pending articles right now. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to delete this article, and once it deletes, I'm just going to create another dummy article but under my own interest group. Just say hello again, save it, and now I should be able to see it show up under my interest group. That's because I own it. Now what I can do is I can click on this and I can see the preview of the article, and if I like it I can publish it, or if I don't like it I can delete it. So this was the control I said, and only the owner of the interest group can do that. So previously when I wrote an article for my sister's group, I could not publish it even if I wanted to. All I can do is create a draft. So she has the authority to publish it. So I'm just going to go and say delete. So this should delete, and the reason you might notice delay in some certain functions is again because it uses cloud function, and because pretty much no one uses my website right now. Every time there's a long period of inactivity, it temporarily shuts down, and when someone uses the website again, uses that particular function, a cold start happens, and that takes a few minutes, and it causes more latency than usual. So apart from that, you have an account settings page in your dashboard which says your the status of your email verification. You can change your email address and password. You can delete your account if you want, or you can view security statistics of your account. Then you have a subscriptions page which shows you if you're subscribed or not to the newsletter, your email notifications, which you can change at any point of time. And then there's an admin page which is only accessible by me. So this is pretty much it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out, and I'm going to show you the sign up page. So the sign up page isn't much actually. I've already, so you would register an account with your email and password. Then under customize profile, you can add your name, you can add your description, and upload a profile picture. So that's all. Now I already created a sample account if I'm right. So let me open that. Now I'm going to log in with this account. I don't know what the password is. It's been a long time. Okay, looks like I've deleted this account. So I'm just gonna go over to sign up and create a fresh account. So the same email. I am going to give a password. And by the way, all of this does have errors. It displays the errors properly, so it helps you through the process. So you see once I exited, and it says, it gives me an error saying the password must be more than 12 characters long. Technically it's 6, or it's 8. It depends from different websites, but I just set it as 12. So once you're done, you click sign up, and then once that's done, it takes you to the customized profile page. So I'm going to add a name and a description, and I'm just going to leave the profile picture blank. Only your name is required. Then hit update profile. So I should be done. I can start exploring, and it takes me to this page. Now one thing that you might notice is this create new interest group from before also. When you create this, it takes you to this page where you can actually create your own interest group. You can also access this by going to the dashboard and going to my interest group. But you might notice that in my account this looked differently. That's because I had an interest group, but since I don't have one, it shows this button for me to create a new one. So it takes me back to the same place. So I'm going to create a sample one just to show you how it works. Maybe I'll call this dance, and then I'm going to add a description, and then hit next, and then a few topics. So just add a few topics, and you can notice that this entire website is styled using material design, which was started by Google actually. So I'm just gonna and these are chips. So these chips get updated automatically when you use the when you just type a comma. and then I'm gonna hit next. And then this is just a link. It's asking you like a Google Drive link or a Microsoft OneDrive link to a folder where you have articles, so that I can just read them if I want to verify anything. So when you're done, click done. And now it takes you back to the my interest group page again. Now it looks different again. So now it says pending interest group, so it's not been approved yet. And the reason I have this step is not so that I can restrict people. I obviously want people to use the website, but so that it's sort of like an onboarding process, and I show you around the website and make sure you are actually used to it. So you can, at any point of time, you can edit the name and the description you've given, and you can also chat with me. So this is a live chat feature, so you can talk with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my account to show you that it actually works. And once I log in, go back to the dashboard and go into the admin tab, which only works for my account. And I'm going to click on dance. Before it didn't show up, show anything over here. Now under pending interest groups, I can see that it says dance over here. Someone has tried to create an interest group. I'm going to click on this and it takes me to this page. So it looks mostly similar, but I don't have an option to edit these stuff. And now I have a button called take action, and I have two options, publish or reject. And I can see that the person has tried to contact me and sent 2 messages. So I can also send a message, and if that person's also logged in, he should be able to see it update immediately. So this is just so that I onboard the person and make sure everything's fine. But if I realize that person's just spamming me, so I can obviously reject the account, or I could publish the interest group. So right now I'm just going to hit reject. So it should reject it, and it takes me back to this page. And now I see pending interest groups don't show up anymore. And just to show you, if I go to interest groups and try to create a new interest group, it shows me this because I limit every group 1 per person. So I'm just going to go back into that account, johndoe@example.com. So it takes me back here, and now under create new interest group, it allows me to create a new one. That's because I rejected it. And under my interest group, I can't see that anymore. So that's basically the website, and I would really like it if all of you tried out. And I'll give you my contact information below if you want any new features, if you want to add any new features, if you want to provide feedback or suggestions. It's completely welcome, and I want to hear that. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it.